I'm standing in the kitchen of our cramped Atlanta apartment, the fluorescent light flickering above me, my hands gripping the edge of the counter as I stare at the pile of dishes in the sink, the faint smell of last night's takeout pizza lingering in the air, the crusts still scattered on a greasy cardboard box on the counter. My name's Caitlin, I'm 32, and I've been a nurse at a local hospital for the past 8 years, working night shifts that leave me drained, my eyes heavy, my body aching, just to keep this place running for me and my boyfriend, Tom. The apartment's a mess, laundry spilling out of the basket in the corner, a coffee stain on the rug I've been meaning to clean for weeks, a stack of unpaid bills on the table, their red, past due stamps glaring at me, a reflection of the chaos I've been trying to manage, the life I've been holding together for the man I thought I'd marry someday, the man I thought I knew. Tom and I met 5 years ago at a bar downtown, the air thick with the smell of beer and fried food, the jukebox playing a country song I didn't know, its twang mixing with the chatter of the crowd. I was 27, just off a 12-hour shift, still in my scrubs, my hair in a messy ponytail, when he slid onto the bar stool next to me, his rough day, breaking through my exhaustion, his crooked smile making me laugh, a small spark of light in my tired world. He was 29, a freelance graphic designer with a laid-back charm, his flannel shirt rolled up to his elbows, his stories about his latest projects pulling me in, his passion for his work a fire I couldn't help but admire. We talked until last call, sharing a plate of nachos, his hand brushing mine as he reached for a chip, our connection instant, our chemistry undeniable, our laughter a melody that drowned out the noise around us. On our first official date, we went to a food truck festival in Piedmont Park, the summer heat making my sundress stick to my skin, his laughter loud as we tried spicy tacos, the city lights reflecting in his eyes as we sat on the grass, dreaming about a future together, a future I could see so clearly. A few months later, we moved into this apartment, its walls soon filled with memories. Photos of us at the Georgia Aquarium, our faces pressed against the glass of the shark tank, our smiles wide. A weekend trip to Savannah, where we got lost in the historic district, holding hands under the Spanish moss, the air warm and sweet. Celebrating my birthday with a homemade cake he baked, the frosting uneven but the gesture so sweet I cried. His "I wanted it to be perfect for you, Kate," a moment I held on to, a moment I thought would last forever. I've always been the practical one, the one who pays the bills on time, the one who makes sure we have groceries, the one who keeps us afloat while Tom chases his freelance gigs, his income sporadic, his "I'll get a big client soon, Kate," a promise I've heard too many times, a promise I wanted to believe, a promise that kept me going through the long nights at the hospital. I've worked extra shifts to cover rent, my feet sore from standing for hours, my sleep schedule a mess, just to support his dreams, just to build a life together, a life I thought we both wanted. I've put off my own plans, like going back to school for a nursing degree upgrade, something I've wanted for years, because we couldn't afford it, because I was too busy keeping us stable, because I thought it was temporary, that we'd get there together. I'd bring it up sometimes, maybe I can take a class next year. A hopeful question, but he'd always shrug, his "we'll figure it out, babe," a response that left me feeling unheard, a response that made me push my dreams further down the list, a response that made me feel like my needs didn't matter as much as his. 3 months ago, Tom's best friend, Matt, showed up at our door, his duffel bag slung over his shoulder, his "I got evicted, man, can I crash here for a bit?" A plea Tom couldn't refuse, a plea that put me on the spot. Matt's 30, a bartender with a charming grin, his leather jacket and tattoos giving him a rough-around-the-edges vibe, his "I'll be out in a month, I swear," a promise I wanted to believe, a promise I hoped he'd keep. I hesitated, we're already tight on space, Tom, a valid concern, the apartment already feeling too small for just the two of us. But Tom insisted, he's my best friend, Kate. He's got nowhere else to go, tugging at my heartstrings, making me feel like I had to say yes, like I had to be the good girlfriend, the one who supports her partner no matter what, the one who puts her own discomfort aside. So I agreed, clearing out the small office space we used for storage, moving boxes of old books and holiday decorations to the closet, setting up an air mattress for Matt, my just until you get back on your feet, a boundary I hoped he'd respect, a boundary I thought would keep things manageable. I even bought extra groceries that week, my budget stretched thin, picking up Matt's favorite snacks, chips and salsa, a six-pack of beer, thinking it would make him feel welcome, thinking it would make things easier for all of us, thinking it would show Tom I was trying, that I cared. Matt's been living with us since then, his presence a constant disruption, his dirty socks on the couch, his late-night gaming sessions keeping me awake before my shifts, his thanks for letting me stay, Caitlin a gratitude that felt hollow after the first month stretched into 3, his mess a constant reminder of the space I'd given up. Tom and Matt have been inseparable, their laughter filling the apartment while I'm at work. There, we're just catching up, baby, a response I accepted, a response I trusted, a response I thought was innocent. I'd come home from night shifts, my scrubs wrinkled, my hair a mess, my eyes burning from lack of sleep, and find them sprawled on the couch, empty beer cans on the coffee table, the TV blaring some action movie. There, you should join us next time. Kate, an invitation I was too exhausted to take, an invitation I thought was genuine. I'd smile, my maybe tomorrow, a lie I told myself, a lie that kept me from seeing the truth, a lie that kept me from noticing the way Matt's eyes lingered on Tom, the way Tom's smile changed when Matt was around, the way their dynamic shifted in ways I couldn't quite place. Lately, Tom's been distant, his texts short, his "I'm working on a project" a vague excuse I've heard too often, his touch cold when I try to cuddle on the couch, his attention elsewhere, his warmth a memory I can't seem to hold on to. Last week, I found a pair of socks in our bedroom that weren't mine or Tom's, black with a red stripe, a style I'd seen Matt wear, a detail that made my stomach twist, a detail I brushed off as paranoia, a detail I didn't want to face. I asked Tom about it, my "whose socks are these?" Casual but pointed, my voice steady but my heart racing, his, oh, probably Matt's. He must have left them in the laundry, too quick, too rehearsed, his eyes avoiding mine as he changed the subject, leaving me with a nagging feeling I couldn't shake, a feeling that made me question everything, a feeling that made me wonder what was really going on. I told myself I was overthinking, told myself I was just tired, told myself I was imagining things, but the doubt lingered, a quiet whisper in the back of my mind, a whisper that grew louder with every late-night shift, every moment I spent away from home, every moment I wasn't here to see what was happening. Tonight, I'm scheduled for another night shift, my bag packed with snacks and a thermos of coffee, my scrubs ironed, my mind already on the patients I'll be tending to, the long hours ahead, the exhaustion I know I'll feel by morning. Tom and Matt are in the living room, their laughter echoing through the apartment, their "have a good shift" Kate a send-off that feels hollow, a send-off that makes me pause at the door, my hand on the knob, my heart heavy with a doubt I can't ignore, a doubt that makes me wonder what I'll come home to, what I'll find when I'm not here, what I've been missing all along. It's 3 a.m. and I'm driving home earlier than expected, the hospital unusually quiet tonight, my supervisor. "Go home, Caitlin, you've earned it," a rare kindness that lets me leave my shift early, my body exhausted but my mind restless, the streets of Atlanta dark and empty, the streetlights casting long shadows on the pavement, the hum of my car's engine a steady rhythm against the silence of the night. I pull into the parking lot of our apartment building, the air cold against my skin as I step out of the car, my scrubs still on, my bag slung over my shoulder, my thermos of coffee still half full, my heart heavy with the doubt that's been gnawing at me for weeks. A doubt I can't ignore anymore. A doubt that makes my steps quicken as I head up the stairs to our apartment, my sneakers squeaking on the concrete, my breath visible in the chilly air. I unlock the door, the faint sound of music playing inside, a slow R&B song I don't recognize. Its sultry beat a stark contrast to the tension I feel, the living room dim, the TV off, the air thick with a tension I can feel before I even step inside. I set my bag down by the door, my "Tom, I'm home early," a quiet announcement, my voice trembling with a mix of exhaustion and unease, my eyes scanning the empty living room, the couch empty. The beer cans from earlier still on the coffee table. A half-eaten bag of chips spilling onto the floor. A detail that makes my stomach twist. A detail that tells me something's wrong. A detail that makes my heart race faster. I hear a noise from the bedroom, a muffled laugh, a sound that makes my blood run cold. A sound that pulls me down the hallway, my footsteps silent on the carpet, my heart pounding in my chest, my breath shallow as I reach the door, my hand hesitating on the knob, my mind racing with what I might find, what I don't want to find, what I can't unsee, what I can't unfeel. I push the door open, and the sight hits me like a punch to the gut. Tom and Matt in our bed, the sheets tangled around them, their clothes scattered on the floor, Tom's flannel shirt crumpled by the nightstand, Matt's leather jacket tossed over a chair. Their bodies too close. Their laughter stopping the moment they see me, their faces pale, their eyes wide with shock, their guilt written all over them. A betrayal I can't unsee, a betrayal I can't unfeel. Tom scrambles to sit up. His Kate, it's not what it looks like. A lie I can't believe, a lie that makes me sob, a lie that shatters the last piece of trust I had, a lie that makes my knees buckle, my hands gripping the doorframe to keep from collapsing. Matt pulls the sheet over himself. His "we didn't mean for this to happen," a confession that makes my vision blur with tears, a confession that makes me scream, a confession that makes me see the depth of their betrayal, the depth of my blindness, the depth of my pain. "How could you?" I shout, my voice breaking, my hands clenched into fists, my tears streaming down my face, the room spinning around me, the smell of Tom's cologne mixing with the scent of betrayal, a scent I'll never forget, a scent that makes my stomach churn. In our bed, Tom, while I'm at work, killing myself to support us. To support him? I point at Matt, my voice raw, my anger a fire I can't contain, my pain a weight I can't carry, my words a weapon I need to wield. Tom stammers, his "it was an accident, Kate." I swear, a justification that makes me laugh, a bitter, hollow laugh, a laugh that feels like the end of everything I thought we had, a laugh that echoes in the small bedroom, the music still playing in the background, a cruel soundtrack to my heartbreak, a cruel reminder of what I've lost. An accident? I snap, my voice echoing in the small bedroom, the walls closing in around me, the air thick with the weight of their betrayal. I've been working night shifts, Tom. I've been paying for everything. Rent, groceries, your freelancing dreams, while you're here with him in our bed. The bed where we planned our future, where we talked about our dreams, where I thought we were building a life together. Matt tries to speak, his "Caitlin, I'm sorry. We got carried away," a weak apology that makes my blood boil, a weak apology that makes me turn on him. My "get out, Matt, both of you get out." A demand I can't take back, a demand that breaks me but sets me free. A demand that makes my voice crack, my tears falling faster, my hands shaking with rage and grief. Tom reaches for me, his "please, Kate, let's talk about this," a plea I can't hear, a plea I can't accept, a plea that makes me pull away, my hands shaking, my heart in pieces, my world shattered, my trust destroyed. I grab a pillow from the bed, throwing it at them, my "I trusted you, both of you." A scream that echoes in the room, a scream that makes them flinch, a scream that makes me feel the depth of my betrayal, the depth of my loss, the depth of my anger, the depth of my heartbreak. They scramble to get dressed, their movements frantic. There, "we'll fix this, Kate," a promise I can't believe, a promise that means nothing after what they've done, a promise that makes me shake my head. There's nothing to fix. You've ruined everything, a truth I need to speak, a truth that cuts deeper than any knife. They grab their things, Matt's duffel bag slung over his shoulder, Tom's jacket in his hand. Their "we're sorry," Caitlin, a hollow apology as they walk out the door, the sound of it closing a final note in the symphony of our relationship. A final note that leaves me alone, broken, betrayed. A final note that echoes in the empty apartment. A final note that marks the end of everything I thought I had. I collapse onto the bed, the sheets still warm, the scent of them still lingering, a reminder of what I've just seen, a reminder of what I've lost, a reminder of the life I thought I had, the life I'll never get back. I pull my phone out, my hands trembling as I text my best friend Lisa. My "I need you." Tom cheated with Matt, a plea I can't hold back, a plea I need answered, a plea that makes me feel like I'm not completely alone, like I have someone to turn to. Lisa replies instantly. Her "I'm coming over" a response I'm grateful for, a response that makes me feel like I'm not completely alone, like I have someone in my corner, like I have a lifeline in this storm of betrayal. I curl up on the bed, my tears soaking the pillow, my mind replaying the scene, the laughter, the betrayal, the way I've been used, the way I've been blind, the way I've been a fool to trust them, to trust anyone, to trust love. Lisa arrives 20 minutes later, her knock on the door a sound I need to hear, her arms around me as I open it. Her "I'm here, Caitlin, you're going to be okay," a comfort I need. A comfort that makes me feel like I can survive this, even if just for tonight, even if just for this moment. I cling to her, my voice breaking as I tell her everything. The bed, the betrayal, the way I've been working to support them while they've been here, together, the way I walked in on them, the way I screamed, the way I threw them out. She listens, her hand rubbing my back. Her "They don't deserve you, Caitlin. You're so much stronger than this," a lifeline I hold on to. A lifeline that makes me feel like I can keep going, even if it's just one breath at a time, even if it's just one step at a time, even if it's just one moment at a time. It's been 2 weeks since I kicked Tom and Matt out, and I'm standing outside a loft in downtown Atlanta, the bass of the music thumping through the walls, the air thick with the smell of beer and cigarette smoke, my hands trembling as I clutch the strap of my purse, my heart pounding with a mix of anger and determination, my breath visible in the chilly night air, the streetlights casting a dim glow on the cracked pavement beneath my sneakers. I'm still in my scrubs from a day shift at the hospital, my hair pulled back in a messy bun, my eyes red from crying, my body exhausted but my mind set on what I'm about to do, my resolve a fire that's been burning since I saw Tom's Instagram post this morning. Tom's throwing a party tonight, a freelance gig celebration he posted about, his big client, big night. Caption a slap in the face, a reminder of the life he's moving on with while I'm still picking up the pieces of the one he shattered. A reminder that makes my blood boil. A reminder that brings me here, ready to face him, ready to make him feel the weight of what he's done. I haven't spoken to Tom since that night, his texts. "Kate, can we talk?" Left unanswered, his calls ignored, his apologies meaningless after what he did, his voice a ghost I can't bear to hear, a ghost that haunts me every time I close my eyes. I've been staying in the apartment alone, the silence deafening, the bed still unmade, the sheets a reminder of their betrayal, a reminder I can't escape, a reminder that makes me sleep on the couch, the lumpy cushions a small price to pay for avoiding that room. I've thrown myself into work, taking extra shifts to avoid being home, my colleagues. "You okay, Caitlin?" A question I can't answer honestly, a question that makes me feel exposed, a question that makes me paste on a fake smile, my "I'm fine" a lie I've perfected. My coworker Jenna pulled me aside yesterday, her "You've been off lately, what's going on?" A question I couldn't avoid, her concern genuine, her eyes soft as she waited for my answer. I told her a simplified version, my Tom cheated with his best friend. A confession that made her eyes widen. Her "That's awful, Caitlin. I'm so sorry," a kindness I'm grateful for, a kindness that gave me a moment of relief, a moment of connection in the chaos of my life, a moment that made me feel seen, even if just for a second. Lisa convinced me to come to the party. Her "You need to confront him, Caitlin. Show him he can't just move on like nothing happened," a push I needed. A push that brought me here, standing outside this loft, ready to face him, ready to make him face me, ready to make him feel the pain he's caused. I take a deep breath, the cold night air stinging my lungs, the sound of laughter and music spilling out from the open windows above, and walk inside, the crowd of people a blur of faces, the music loud, the lights dim, the atmosphere a stark contrast to the storm inside me, the air heavy with the scent of cheap cologne and spilled drinks, the floor sticky under my sneakers. I spot Tom across the room, his flannel shirt unbuttoned, a beer in his hand, his laughter loud as he talks to a group of friends, his ease a knife to my heart, his happiness a betrayal all over again, his carefree attitude a mockery of the pain he's caused me. Matt's there too, standing next to him, his leather jacket on, his smirk infuriating, his presence a reminder of the double betrayal, the double loss, the double wound that still bleeds every time I think about that night. I push through the crowd, my hands shaking, my voice steady as I call out, "Tom." The music seems to fade, the room turning to look at me, their eyes wide, their whispers starting as I step closer. My anger a fire I can't contain, my tears falling, my pain on display for everyone to see, my scrubs a stark contrast to the party dresses and casual jeans around me. You think you can just throw a party and pretend nothing happened? I shout, my voice cutting through the noise, my tears falling, my pain raw, my words a weapon I've been holding onto for weeks. Tom's face pales, his "Caitlin, what are you doing here?" A question that makes my blood boil, a question that makes me step closer, my words a weapon I need to wield, my voice trembling but strong, my heart breaking but resolute. "You cheated on me with Matt in our bed, while I was at work, paying for your life, your dreams, your everything." I turn to the crowd, my voice raw. He betrayed me with his best friend, and now he's celebrating like I don't exist. A confession that makes the room gasp, a confession that makes Tom flinch, a confession that makes me feel a twisted sense of justice, a twisted sense of power, a twisted sense of release, a release I've been craving since that night. Matt steps forward, his "Caitlin, calm down, this isn't the place," a plea that makes me laugh, a bitter, hollow laugh, a laugh that feels like defiance, a laugh that makes the crowd shift uncomfortably, their eyes darting between us. "Calm down," I snap, my eyes locked on him, my anger a storm I can't control, my voice rising, my hands clenched into fists at my sides. "You were in my bed, Matt, my home, my life, and you have the nerve to tell me to calm down. I trusted you, I let you into my home, I bought your stupid chips and beer, and this is how you repay me." The crowd murmurs, their whispers growing louder, their judgment shifting to Tom and Matt. That's messed up, and what a jerk a validation I need. A validation that makes me feel seen. A validation that makes me feel like I'm not crazy, like I'm not alone, like I'm not the only one who sees how wrong this is. Tom tries to speak. His "Caitlin, I'm sorry. Let's talk outside," a plea I can't hear, a plea I can't accept, a plea that makes me shake my head. You don't get to apologize now, Tom. You don't get to pretend you care, a truth I need to speak. A truth that sets me free, even if it breaks me all over again, even if it leaves me raw, even if it leaves me exposed. I turn to leave, the crowd parting for me, their eyes following me, their whispers a soundtrack to my exit, my heart heavy but my resolve unshaken, my tears falling faster now, my mind racing with what I've just done, what I've just lost, what I've just gained. I step outside, the cold air hitting me, my breath visible in the night, the sound of the party fatting behind me, the city a distant hum around me. I've lost my trust in people, the betrayal cutting deeper than I thought possible, the idea of letting anyone in again, a fear I can't shake. A fear that makes me question everything I thought I knew about love, about friendship, about myself. A fear that makes me wonder if I'll ever feel safe again, if I'll ever feel whole again. I pull out my phone, texting Lisa. I did it. I'm outside, a message I need to send. A message that brings her running out, her arms around me. "You were amazing, Caitlin." They deserved that, a comfort I need. A comfort that makes me feel like I can keep going, even if it's just one step at a time, even if it's just one breath at a time, even if it's just one moment at a time. It's a month later, and I'm sitting on the couch in my apartment, the space emptier now, the photos of Tom and me taken down, their frames stacked in a box in the closet. The air mattress Matt used folded up in the corner, the silence heavy, the loneliness a weight I can't escape. The faint hum of the refrigerator, the only sound in the room. I've changed the sheets on the bed, scrubbed the apartment from top to bottom, the smell of bleach still lingering. A desperate attempt to erase the memory of that night, a desperate attempt to erase them from my life, a desperate attempt to erase the pain that still lingers, the pain that still wakes me up at night, the pain that still makes my chest ache every time I walk into the bedroom. I've rearranged the furniture, moving the couch to face the window, hanging new curtains I bought on sale, their soft blue fabric a small attempt at a fresh start, a small attempt to make this place feel like mine again, a small attempt to reclaim my space, my life, myself. I've been going to work, my shift's a distraction, my patience needs a focus that keeps me from falling apart, my colleagues. "You seem better, Caitlin," a lie I let them believe, a lie that keeps me moving forward, even if I'm not sure where I'm going, even if I'm not sure who I am anymore. I've blocked Tom and Matt on everything, their numbers, their social media, their existence a ghost I can't face, a ghost that haunts me every time I close my eyes, every time I walk into the bedroom, every time I think about trusting someone again, every time I think about the life I thought I had. Lisa, been my rock, her "you're stronger than you think," Caitlin, a mantra I'm trying to believe, a mantra that's helping me get through each day, a mantra that's helping me find myself again, a mantra that's helping me see a glimmer of hope, even if it's faint, even if it's fleeting. I've started taking small steps for myself, signing up for a pottery class at a local community center, the feel of the clay under my hands a way to quiet my mind, a way to feel like I'm creating something new, something mine, a way to feel like I'm more than the pain, more than the betrayal, more than the broken pieces they left behind. I've also started journaling, a habit Lisa suggested, my pen scratching across the page late at night, my thoughts spilling out, anger, sadness, betrayal, fear. A way to process, a way to understand, a way to let go, a way to find my voice again, a way to find myself again. I think about the party, the way I called Tom out, the way I made him face what he did, the way I took back some control, some power, some piece of myself, the way I stood in that crowded room, my voice shaking but strong, my pain on display, my truth undeniable. I think about the crowd, their gasps, their whispers, their judgment, and I feel a flicker of satisfaction, a flicker of justice, a flicker of the woman I used to be, the woman I can be again, the woman I will be again, a woman who's stronger than she thought, a woman who's more than her pain, a woman who's enough just as she is. But I also think about what I could have done differently, what I might have missed, what I might have done to prevent this, to keep Tom, to keep my life from falling apart, to keep my heart from breaking. I think about my night shifts, the hours I spent away, the time I gave to my job instead of my relationship, the moments I missed, the signs I didn't see, the distance I let grow between us. I wonder if I'd been home more, if I'd been around, if I'd been more present, maybe he wouldn't have turned to Matt. Maybe he wouldn't have betrayed me. Maybe I wouldn't be here, alone, broken, lost. Maybe I could have saved us. Maybe I could have saved myself. I know it's not my fault. No, I didn't deserve this. No, I gave everything to a man who didn't deserve me. A man who took my trust and shattered it. A man who took my love and threw it away, but the thought lingers. A quiet voice in the back of my mind, a voice that makes me question myself. A voice that makes me feel like I failed, like I wasn't enough, like I should have been more, like I should have done more. I write it down in my journal, my maybe I should have been home more, a confession that makes my chest ache, a confession that makes me angry at myself, a confession that makes me wonder if I'll ever trust again, if I'll ever love again, if I'll ever be whole again, a confession that makes me question my worth, my choices, my life. I think about the life I thought I'd have with Tom, the dreams we shared, the future we planned, the laughter we had, the love I thought was real. And I think about the life I'm building now, the life I'll fight for, the life I'll live, a life that's mine, a life that's defined by my strength, by my resilience, by my worth, a life that's messy and broken but mine to shape, mine to heal, mine to love. I set my journal down, the apartment quiet, the city outside a distant hum. The streetlights casting a soft glow through the new curtains, my heart heavy but my mind clear, my future uncertain but mine to shape, my pain a part of me but not all of me, my story unfinished but mine to write. I think about the woman I was, the woman who loved him, the woman who trusted him, the woman who gave everything, and I think about the woman I'm becoming, the woman who survived him, the woman who will thrive without him, the woman who will find herself again, one step at a time, one breath at a time, one day at a time, my life, my future, my story, my strength, my healing, my hope.